Well, TreeBurgers, is that the PR test server you are back at? It absolutely is, because we have a new patch coming right around the corner, and once again, I've been granted access to the PR test server so that we can just briefly take a look at some of the new items that are coming. And no, this is not anything new, I just really like the look of the car, so I mean, why not just take it for a quick spin? But let's get straight into all of the good stuff. So, the next patch coming is 0.12.60, which means, first of all, the return of the Victory Day pack. Let's take a look at it. It is hiding right in here, and the reason that I want to take a look at these is just to show you what you get with each of the packs. We're gonna look at the price in just a second, but as you might have noticed already, well, yes, we do have a regular and a deluxe version of this pack, which is new. Usually, the Fresh Blood pack has looked something along the lines of this, bringing you a carapace cabin, as well as an elephant gun, 2 armor tracks, and a little bit of armor, some utilities, and most importantly, some new paints. Well, these paints are not really new anymore, but this is the extent of the parts that you get if you want to buy this pack for yourself. But then you can also go ahead and buy the deluxe version, which is also still an elephant, a carapace engine, and 2 armor tracks. Now, the new thing here is that we now have a skin, the CK Jumbo, for the elephant cannon, as well as a new paint called Combat Camouflage, which is rather good looking. I don't know if it's just the rusty look of the gun that makes it look so good, but it's looking quite good. I really like the look of this, but besides that, I don't really see nothing much new with this pack. It sort of feels like this is a way to make those people, because Crossout has a group of people who cherish being able to buy and being able to tell people that they've bought every single pack in the game at least 2 times. So this is a great way to allow people to buy the pack again, even though they have bought it previously, and to keep all of the whales happy so that they can once again go into general chat and say, hey, look at me, I bought every single pack twice because I got money. Some would probably disagree, me too. It's not really relevant, but at least this allows them to buy even more packs with the same stuff. It's kind of funny, but besides that, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that they're releasing a deluxe version, because I like to collect CKs, but for those of them that want something a little bit extra, there it is. Do it if you want to, don't do it if you don't want to. I honestly don't care, it's your money, do what you want with them. But the pack itself is nothing new. It is still just a traditional elephant cannon. It's just simply in an updated look with the CK. Well, for me personally, the thing that I'm most excited for with the new patch is the Lead Engineer's container. Now, I don't know if these have different names compared to where we get them from, or if it's just the same. This is still the Lead Engineer's container. So this will replace veterancy containers. Before, you would be getting a container that gave you a random blue item. No one has any use for it at all. So this is the new way. This is a pack that contains one of 5 things, either 200 coins, or you can get a rare stabilizer, special stabilizer, epic stabilizer, or legendary stabilizer. So these items will allow you to, as it says, by using this small disposable device, you will be able to lock in one of the bonus parameters when you upgrade the part again. This means that I can take my rare stabilizer and lock a specific parameter if I like that, but I want to re-upgrade an item. So say that I have upgraded this sledgehammer and we got resistance to damage, cooling rate, and range of fire. Now, I might have wanted to get minus mass on this instead. Well, I can take 2 stabilizers and secure cooling rate and range of fire when I fuse, and then I can fuse again. And we're not going to lose any of those things. They're going to be locked and going to be guaranteed to stay on there for the next fusion. Now, while this is not a way to secure specific things that you want, so you still might end up having to fuse that thing multiple times because you didn't get the right one, which is also why I'm still kind of questioning why we both have increased durability as well as reduced damage taken. I know that they're not completely identical, but most of the time they feel so irrelevant if you get one or the other when you're trying to get minus mass, for example. So that's something for a totally different story. But the point of the thing, or of this thing here, is to lock in if you get something that you actually want to keep. So it is a step in the right direction to reduce those situations where you end up spending 30,000 coins trying to fuse an epic cabin, because you just cannot get that one thing, and when you then get it, well, then all of the other modifiers was re-rolled into something wrong. The thing about this crate here right now is that it does not say if these have an even chance of rolling. So the legendary stabilizer might be super hard to get. It doesn't really say anything about it. Now, for those of you that played the game for a long time and you have many years of veteran containers lying around, you will be able to trade in your non-tradable parts for stabilizers. This means that if you've opened a bunch of veteran containers and your inventory is full of non-tradable weapons or whatever, well, then you can actually trade these in for stabilizers. What the exact exchange ratio will be, we'll have to see when the release is here. Now, as far as the Spring Mayhem League goes, it's pretty much the same as it's been before. It also reminds me of the Winter Mayhem a lot, so I'm hoping that we get to see at least just some new rewards, but by the sound of it on the patch note, it sounds like it's pretty much the same. So I'm gonna wait with this one until we actually get closer. Now, besides all of this, we also have some parts that are receiving various degrees of changes, both buffs and nerfs. We're not gonna go into too much depth with them because we don't really have much, you know, info about it. It's some minor changes. For example, the ML200s are getting bit of a buff to explosion resistance. The inertia on hovers are getting nerfed a bit, meaning that the hovers will be slower at responding if you want to change direction from one direction to the other. So it's a bit of a hover nerf, but I mean, hey, we got the first hover buff between 11 hover nerfs, so why not just, you know, they're getting way too strong. Get it out of here. All jokes aside though, you would think that this is all. I can tell you right now, it's not. We actually have a bit of extra stuff waiting for us, but we also do have to do a bit of digging in order to find them. Now, in the guide, it's been so long since the devs hit an Easter egg in here for us last time, just as you think that there was nothing more to, look through. Look what they hit in here. A tank track. Now, this is so unlike anything we've ever seen before. This looks straight out of World War II. Now, or a more modern tank track, I actually don't really know. Nah, it doesn't matter. The matter of fact is that they've hit this tank track in here, and that's all there is. There's no information about what this is. It says increased resistance to firearm damage and excellent grip. 55 kilometers per hour, max speed, minus 55%. Power drain, 4,800 kilograms of tonnage. Now, the closest relative we get to this is the armor track. The armor track has a little less power drain, a little more chassis speed, and a little less tonnage. But on the other hand, it's also faster than something like the Goliath. So it's a track that places itself in between armor track and the Goliath track. What this is for, we're gonna have to see when we get closer, because like I said, there's absolutely no information on this track as of right now. It was just randomly in our guide, and if we go through the rest of the things here, we can actually see that there's nothing really more that would pinpoint us towards what this might be. Even if we get to stickers and paints, there is not really any new paints that would maybe, just maybe, say that this is a new pack or anything like that. At least I don't think that any of these are new. So, I mean, yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys think this could potentially be. If it's a mistake, if it's something that is far out there. Is it a hint for a new battle pass maybe? That would be interesting if the next battle pass is war themed. We're only coming out of Syndicate right now, so we wouldn't know for sure. But I'm very interested in hearing what you guys think could be in the next battle pass. Now, another thing you would think is that the Ravens might be back soon, but as of right now, they haven't actually confirmed anything. All they've said is that the Ravens will be back in a different format from what we've seen previously. Now, this means that Ravens will not bring any new stuff, but they will bring some unique features that they have not brought before. So what this can be, we'll have to simply just wait and see what they bring. But they did kind of just tell us that there will be something coming, but they couldn't spoil what it is as of right now. And on that note, that is actually all of the information I have for you today. We cannot play the Spring Mayhem on here, so I cannot show you what it's all about. But hopefully, we'll be able to get to see it soon. I'm theorizing that the patch will release tomorrow, so we'll have to see what that will be all about. Thank you so much for being here today. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.